everyone. Today we are going to be making Grandma's chicken broccoli casserole. It's one of our favorite ways to use leftover chicken or turkey. I've got 3 tablespoons of butter melted in the saucepan here, and I'm going to add 1 diced onion. We're going to go ahead and let this start cooking a little bit, get the onions nice and translucent. And we'll be ready to move on. This is one of the recipes that actually got me started on my blog. I had sent out an email asking family members to send over their recipes with no intention of making a blog. But then I thought I needed to have a way to show them the recipes that I had made. I had the intention of making a cookbook at the end of the year for Christmas presents, and I never got that done, but the blog's still going strong 5 years later. So this is one of the recipes that my husband's grandma sent over, and we've been making it ever since, going on almost 6 years now. So today, I'm going to use leftover turkey. We grilled the turkey a couple days ago, and this is what's left of it. You can also cook some chicken breasts or use some rotisserie chicken or leftover chicken or whatever you have. We also make this recipe with leftover ham sometimes, and it's really good that way too. So I've got 6 ounces of egg noodles, cooked al dente, in a greased 9x13 pan. So those are on the bottom. We're going to go ahead and put our turkey over top of that. Kind of sprinkle it all over. Make sure everybody's got some. The recipe calls for 4 cups, so you can use more or less depending on what you happen to have. This is a good way to stretch out a little bit of whatever's left. Alright, our pan is getting hot, so the onions are already starting to get a little bit translucent. Go ahead and add a little bit of salt and pepper. I'm not going to add a ton, just because there's salt in the chicken broth already. The pasta was salted really good when I cooked it, and then the turkey is already seasoned as well. So the amount of salt and pepper that you put in is going to be very much dependent on your taste preferences and what kind of chicken stock you're using, and how your chicken was cooked. So you're just going to have to kind of taste it and see what you think. Give these onions just a tiny bit longer. Then we're going to add a 1/4 cup of flour. Go ahead and let that start getting cooked as well. You want to coat your onions. You're basically making kind of like a roux here. So you want to cook the flour taste out, get it all coated in the butter and everything, and just kind of get it cooked a little bit here. You don't want it to take on a lot of color. Just give it a minute or 2 to cook that flour taste out. Now I've got 12 ounces of broccoli florets here. If I can find the spot to open it, my hands are greasy. These are defrosted, just so that they cook a little bit faster. I'm just going to sprinkle those over the top of here. Flour's had a chance to cook for a minute or so. I'm going to go ahead and add in some chicken broth, about 1.5 cups. Now we're just going to cook this until it starts to bubble a little bit. That way it has a chance to start thickening up just a tad. Now meanwhile, my oven is preheated at 400 degrees, so once this gets done, we're gonna pop it right in the oven. It only takes about 20 minutes to bake if you're doing it straight after you make it. Sometimes I make it ahead of time. I'll make it in the morning to bake off later. Then I just go ahead and cover it, put it in the fridge until I'm ready to bake it. I stick it on the counter to let the chill come off a little bit while the oven is preheating. And then I'll add a few minutes to the bake time, maybe bake it 30, 35 minutes or something until it's all bubbly and the cheese is melting and everything. All right, once you have it to like a nice thick kind of gravy consistency, you're gonna go ahead and turn down the heat and stir in 3/4 of a cup of milk. You just want to heat this up enough to kind of get it warmed up a little bit. You don't need to go crazy on it at this point. Warmed up, we're going to go ahead and pour it over our casserole here. Okay. Now we're going to top it with cheese. We always use a mix of cheddar and provolone. You could definitely alter that to whatever you like best, but this is the mixture that we've always used. It was the one that she suggested, and that's just kind of what we've stuck with ever since. So we'll get this put on, and then we'll pop it in the oven. Alright, so it's hot and bubbly and cheesy and good. Ideally, you'd give it about 10 minutes to kind of rest and thicken up a little bit, but we'll go ahead and serve some up and see what we've got here. Like I said, we love doing this with leftover chicken and turkey, ham, whatever. It's just a great way to use up a little bit of leftover meat and turn it into a whole new family-friendly dinner. Anything with pasta and cheese and broccoli is sure to get us all excited. So this is something that we all love. There we go. Dinner served. I hope you enjoy the recipe and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.